Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Buffy Jody. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 4 types of employees you want to watch out for when you're starting a new business. Hi, today we're going to be talking about 4 types of employees that you want to watch out for when you're starting your own business. Now, if you're new to this channel, please like you to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and you can also share the videos and leave your comments down below. We really appreciate them. Now, if you open to the book of Matthew 13 verses 3 to 8, you will find a story there that we're going to be drawing our lessons from. And the story is none other than the parable of the sower. It's a common story. Many people know the story, and you can find it in Mark, and you can also find it in Luke also. But today we're going to be reading from Matthew 13, 3 through 8. For those of you who don't know the story, I'm going to read the story as quickly as I can, and then we can jump into it. And he spake to them many things in parables, saying, Behold, the sower went out forth to sow. And as he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them. And others fell upon rocky soil, where they had not much earth, and straightway they sprang up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was risen, they were scorched. And because they had no roots, they withered away. And others fell upon the thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked them. And others fell upon good ground, and yielded fruit, some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. Now this is a simple story. It's a story about a sower. That's what they used to do back then. People went out to sow and cast the seeds on the ground and see what happened. You're asking yourself, how does this relate to 4 employees I want to watch out for to start my own business? Now, first thing you need to understand is, in this story, you are the sower. You're the one who's got the seeds. You're the one who's got the ideas, the vision of what you want to do. And you're throwing it out there. You want to see which is going to come back fruitfully. But the soil types that we're going to go through, those are the types of employees you want to watch out for. And the first soil that we see in the story are the wayside soil. Now, the wayside soil basically are those people who you first approach when you start your business. You see that I believe that when the sower left his house, the first sets of soil that he saw was the wayside soil. The soils by the roadside. That's where he said it's soil. Don't wait till you get to your destination before you start to plant your ideas. Speak to your family, speak to your friends, speak to your neighbors, speak to your church members. Tell them what you want to do. Tell them the vision that you've got. And these people, they're going to be like the wayside. The danger is, the story says, the birds came and ate some of the seeds. And I can guarantee you, when you start your business with people like friends and family and just church members or club members, whoever they might be, people who really don't understand the vision, who really don't understand where you're going with this business, birds are going to come and eat them. And what are these birds? The story calls them the devil. I call them enemies of progress. The naysayers. It can even be your competitors. They come and entice your employees. When you start a business, rumor mongers, people come and say, you want to work with that company? Or you're just wasting your time. That company's not going anywhere. And these employees which you start off with, who haven't truly understood the vision, they're going to get plucked up. That's the lesson you must gather. Most of the people who start up with you are going to walk away. Something is going to take them away, because they truly don't understand the vision. They haven't yet understood where you're going with this business idea, and they're going to disappoint you. Employee number 2, the rocky soil. The story says that this sets of soil, what happened was that the seeds fell down, they got into the ground, they sprang up very quickly, they started to germinate, but when the sun and when the heat came up, they withered away. And they withered because they didn't have enough depth of soil. I see these as employees who start the company with you or who join the company. They've got so much motivation, so much enthusiasm, so much drive. They're willing to do anything. You're so excited that you've got those people on board. But when push comes to shove, you realize that they don't have the expertise necessary to get the job done. When the heat of the job starts to shine on them, when the focus light is now and then getting the tasks done, you realize that they may be willing, but they are not able to do the job. You must watch it for people like this, because they can cost you a lot of money. You can have people who are very eager, very zealous, but but they really can't perform the job. You want to watch it for rocky soil. They give you so much hope. You plant and then they spring up and then they are there on time, they're there at every meeting, but they really can't get the job done. They don't have the necessary expertise to fulfill the mission. So you want to watch out for employee number 2 because they can be very expensive. Number 3, the thorny soil. This is very interesting. You see, one thing you must learn throughout the story is that this sower, first one was with wayside, second by the rocky soil. Things are not going the way he planned, but he kept on sowing. And that's what you must do. You must keep sowing. You must keep investing. You must have enough ideas so that even if the birds take some and the heat takes some, you can still keep going. And in number 3, we find the thorny soil. The story says the thorny soil fell on the soil that had thorns with them. And they grew, they matured, they germinated, they started flourishing. But as they grew, the thorns grew. And as the thorns started to choke them, they became unfruitful. Who am I dealing with here? These are employees who you've trained, you've watered, you've invested in them, they've been doing the job, they've been working, but something starts to happen as the pressure of the job begins to build, as the challenges begin to show up. They start to become unfruitful. Maybe because of lifestyle changes that they've had, maybe because of pressures in the workplace, or maybe they picked up a bad habit like gambling or drinking, and these things start to affect their productivity. They're good staffs, but they're not able to handle the pressures of life. The Bible calls them little cares. It's a shame when you see people who allow little cares of life cheat them out to big success. You want to watch out for those who fall on the 20s, or those who are not able to cope with pressure. So you want people who can really handle the pressure. You don't want employees who get choked up with the cares of life. And finally, number 4, the good soil. It's interesting, the good soil, the story says the sower started off on the wayside, but eventually he got to the good soil because he kept on sowing. That's what you must do. That's number 1 lesson from the story. You must keep sowing no matter what the obstacles, no matter what the challenges, no matter what the disappointment. You must learn to discipline your disappointment and keep going. When you start an organization, when you start a business, one of the biggest problems you have is finding the right people to work with. And I can tell you, they say, the dream works if the team works. Teamwork makes the dream work. So if you don't have the right team, that dream's not going to work. So you have to keep at it until you get the right team. So if you keep sowing, if you keep looking, if you keep searching, you will find those type of employees which we call the good soil. Now, I don't need to tell you what the good soil does. It says that they produce bountifully. But another key lesson here is that they don't all produce the same. Some produce 10%, some produce 60%, some produce 100%. Now here's the other lesson you have to learn, is that they cannot all perform at the same level. They're all doing well, there's good stuff, there's good employees, but they're going to perform at different levels, and you must accept that. Don't make Peter compete with Paul. That's not good. The Bible says even the good soil, they do different. Now when you have an employee who is built to do a 60% and is settling for 40 and walking around feeling like he's doing a good job better than that who is designed for 30, we have a problem. You don't want that. People should operate at their optimal levels. And so once you know what their optimal levels is, you know, this is a 100% guy, this is a 60% guy, this is a 30% guy, get them to perform at their expectations and you'll be all right. The 4 types of employees when you start a business are going to be those who are closest to you, friends and families who help you start up, but oftentimes they don't understand the vision and they're going to get plucked away. Oh, you're going to say, my friend, you said it with me, what happened to you? The birds came. That's what happens. Trust me, birds are going to come. They're going to take away some of your effort. And then you're going to have the rocky soil. Those ones that got passion, they got everything, they're loyal, but they don't have substance. They are not able, they don't have expertise. That's a problem. And then you find those ones who can do the job, who are good at it, but the cares of this world choke them. They're always late to work, they always have excuses, something's always coming up. Those are those who are choked by the cares of this life. You want to watch out for those. And then for the good soil, you have to learn to appreciate people for what they are built to do. Those who are built to do 100, leave them. Those who are built to do 60, that's all right. Those who are left to do 30, that's fine. They are good soil. Recognize them for who they are and treat them very nicely, and you're going to be all right. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. You can share it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We appreciate your comments and we look forward to more videos with you. Thank you.